Dun 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 dun. Welcome to WIP It Wednesday. And you know what? It's a WIP It Wednesday, but I really don't have that much whips going on. No, I don't. And you know why? Because I have a whole bunch of finishes. So the only actual whip I have going on right now is the quilt that I talked about in my WIP It Wednesday three weeks ago. And that's this Jack Skellington quilt. And this is the only peek you're going to get at it until I'm ready to reveal it. The top is together, and I have an idea for a pieced back, but I've got to get that done. And I've already cut the binding and sewn it together and pressed it. So I already have the binding ready to go on. I've just got to piece the back and make a sandwich. So that's my only whip. But then I have a bunch of finishes. So I have this one that I just finished, and this was the scrap quilt I made in a bunch of my WIP It Wednesdays. If you go back and look through, you can see the progress on this one. I'm going to see if I can still pull enough of the videos from that to actually make a whole video for this one. But this one is finished. It got quilted today. It got bound today. And I just finished it up. So this one gets a done stamp. Told you I have a bunch of finishes. But wait, there's more. So I'm going to get the camera turned around and facing the table so I can show you the other 3 finishes. And there are videos coming out for the next 3. One of them you've already seen. So you saw that on Monday. Or maybe you didn't see it and you should go back and look. But I do have videos coming out for the other 3. Hopefully, I've got one coming out for this. I know I will at least have one coming out with the full reveal. So let me get the camera turned around and aimed at the table, and I'll show you my other finishes. Okay, so right here you see an empty box, and this box is not going to be empty for long. So my finishes this week, and you will see videos on this. I know you've seen part of this one already when I put it together, but one quilt, that's going to fit in there just perfect. 2, let's do this one next. 2 quilts. This is the one I posted on Monday. So if you haven't seen this, you can go back and look at that one. 2. And 3. And this one I will be posting next week. I've already recorded the video for it, but I just don't have time to get it posted this week, to get it edited and posted. So 3, these are all going in this same box here. These are donation quilts. They are going to a camp in North Carolina for handicapped children of various different types of handicaps. It's called Victory. Oh shoot, Victory. Give me just one moment. Okay, sorry about that. These are going to a camp called Victory Junction. And I thought it was pretty appropriate. They're going in a Missouri Star box for shipping. Quack. So those will be going probably to the post office tomorrow. I've just got to tape it up and print a shipping label. So a little bit more information on Victory Junction, what I know. My sister donates to them pretty much every year, and she lives nearby, so she drives there and she hand delivers her quilts. Obviously, I can't do that. And I asked her if she knew when she was going, and she said she didn't know. And they have several sessions over the summer, so it really doesn't matter when they get them. I have these done, and I want to go ahead and get them out. But each child gets a quilt and not necessarily a quilt. They get a blanket and a teddy bear on their bunk when they get there, and they get to take these home with them. So they are always looking for blankets and teddy bears. I mean, I'll put the link to the website in the description for this, and it's also in the description from Monday's video. And when I post the videos for the other 2, I will put that description there also. I feel strongly, if I'm going to do a donation quilt, I like for them to benefit children. Call me weird, but that's my thing. I would like for them to benefit children. So this year I am sending quilts there. I'm just so excited to be able to do it. They have, if you go to their website, look under, I think it's either teddy bears or blankets on their website, and it tells you the dimensions that they like to have and the patterns that they would like for you to use for the teddy bears, and how you can make them, and what types of materials to use. They're very specific. They are dealing with children who have a variety of physical handicaps. So I think it's a great thing to do. And mine are going off this week. I'm sure they'll be able to use them at some point during the year. Do have a couple more. They're not WIPs yet, but one of them at least is going to be a WIP this week. So let me grab some things and tell you what I'm thinking. Now, these are in no particular order. I'm going to say first up and second and next, or first and next and next. I'm not even sure if I'm going to do them in that order, but I am going to do them in the next couple weeks. So the first that I'm going to show you, my sister also, and I know it's not for kids, like I just said, but my sister also donates to, it's called Friends of Wake County Animal Shelter. And they have an auction every year. A couple years ago, I made a t-shirt skirt from their t-shirts that my sister sent, and they auctioned that off. I think they got like $60 for it. They probably could have gotten more if the auction would have gone a little bit longer, because I know one lady was very disappointed she didn't get it. But my sister makes a quilt for them every year, and she has made some really spectacular quilts for them. They also are in North Carolina, Wake County, North Carolina. And when I post this, I will try to post a link to their website. It's a Facebook page, and they do an online auction. So if you wanted to look and bid on things like that, all the money goes to the animal shelter to help the animals. And, you know, I like helping the animals just like I like helping the kids. Maybe kids a little more, but I love helping the animals. So I told her, she said she had to have something done by the end of July. And I said, well, let me see if I can come up with something small. So I have these really cute dog paisley handkerchief looking prints. So I've got the red and white and the blue and white. And I had a half a yard each of these. Emphasis being on had, because there is just enough fabric missing out of that half a yard to make a mask, a face mask. So, you know, 5 years ago when everybody was making face masks, I made some too. So I cut one of each of those out. So I couldn't decide what I was going to do. And I thought I'd really like to do a 3-yard quilt. So what I came up with was from, I've got to find the opening in the book because it's open to the page. From Quick as a Wink, 3-yard quilts. So this one should go very quickly. And I don't think I have not done one out of this book yet. So I have gone through on the other books that I've already used and highlighted the ones I've done. So I'm going to do In a Flash. That's this one here. And since I only have a half a yard of the blue and a half a yard of the red, where the accent fabric is, the main fabric, I'm going to use both of those. And like I did on, well, you haven't seen the Jack Skellington quilt yet, but like I did on the Jack Skellington quilt, I'm going to go blue, red, red, blue, I don't know, blue, red, I don't know. I'll figure it out when I go to put it together. So I'm going to use those for the accents. And then I've got just a straight plain white, not white on white, none of that, white. This was from one of my Missouri Star boxes. It's a full yard, so I can use that. And then I've got this red with the lighter colored red on red with polka dots that that I used on the Jack Skellington quilt, and that's going to be where these blue lines, where these blue squares are. And then I'll have that for the binding also. So that is, show you all 4 of those together so you can see what they look like together. So that is option 1. And I'm not sure, you know, you can tell me what you think I should do next, but I'm not sure which I'm going to do next. This one needs to be finished by the end of July, which should definitely not be a problem, no matter when I start it, you know, unless I start at the end of July. So that one, for the dogs. Okay, up next, and this one is for my oldest granddaughter, who's going to be 21 in August. So this one needs to be finished by the beginning of August, by August 9th. And to stop and think, because my little Jessie girl, my youngest daughter, her birthday's the 8th, 8, 9. We got 8s and 9s all over the place. It's crazy. But I have all these sunflower fabrics. I have 4 of them all together. Let me see if I can get these high enough for you to see. So I have these 4 sunflower fabrics. And I think that the way I'm going to do it, because they're not exactly the same colors, like these 2 match really well, and then this one's a little different, although it's got the brown and the yellow, so that one matches good. And then this one's a little muted, but I think I'm going to use it anyway because I think it'll lighten the quilt up a little bit. So these are going to go with, I hope you can still hear me because the mic is all muffled up behind the fabric. Are going to go with this. So all of these are going to go together. So that's like a black on black, almost a marble kind of looking fabric. So these are all going to go together. And these are going to be an Irish chain. I'm going to use the black for the small squares and use all different sunflowers for the big parts. Like what would be the background is going to be the sunflowers, and what would be the brighter colors on there is going to be the black. We'll see how it comes out. Never done an Irish chain before, so we're going to give that one a whirl. I've already worked out the pattern on paper, and I have worked out the yardage and the ways. I went from one person did 1 block. It was like 2 blocks because 1 block, it was 2 blocks, but they called it 1 block, and it was a 10 by 20 block. So I've already worked it out on paper so that I can do it with strip sets, and I know what I need, and I will. That one's going to take me a while. I need to make queen size. She's got a queen size bed. So that's the next one I'm thinking about. So I'm not sure. Both of those are on, the first 2 are on a time frame. And then let me grab the last one because the last one's just for fun. Okay, here it goes. Then I pulled out all of my blue, we'll call them scraps. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of different ones here. Some of them are tiny. Some of them were mom's scraps. Some of them are bigger. Some of them were from my stash. Some of them were ones people gave me. So, I mean, they came from all over the place. This was backing for a quilt. Just so many. Just so many. And then in one of the boxes for mom's stash, I came across these. And this is what actually started it, these fat quarters. And this is what actually started it. And I'm going to make various blue sawtooth stars with various white on white backgrounds and put them all together in one big quilt. Oh, wow. These have been around for a while because these were Joann's for $1.49. And I think that Joann was selling their fat quarters for $2.99 last I looked at the full price on them. Of course, Joann's isn't selling any fat quarters anymore now, but so yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Which one should I start first? Which one are you most excited to see? I think it's called a sawtooth star. It's whatever the black and bright colored one that I just put in the box, like that, but it's going to be blue with white background, and there's going to be a whole bunch of them, and it's going to be a bigger quilt because that one was pretty tiny. So that's it for me this week. What I'm working on, what I'm thinking of working on, what's going on. And hopefully I will get a WIP It Wednesday done next week. I know last week I skipped it because I had that last crazy Joann's haul that I wanted to get up. I do have a quilt reveal coming out on Friday. It's already ready to go. I've just got to upload it. I'm going to wait till Friday though, because I like to post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then I've got other stuff coming up for next week, videos I've already recorded and they're ready to go. So I've been busy. See, this not working is really good for me. My creative juices have been flowing much better without having going to work hanging over my head, because there have been so many days in the past year where I'm like, oh, I'm going to work on this. And I look at the clock and I'm like, well, I got to stop in an hour or whatever. So I get my work, my kitchen stuff done, my work done. If I'm working in the garden, I get it all done in the morning. I have lunch and a coffee. I get a second wind, and I'm good to go for the rest of the day in the sewing room. So I'm not sure which one of these quilts I'm going to start next, but it's going to be one of them. Let me know what you think I should do. I won't get to it till after this video posts, probably a couple days after, and because I've got the other one to finish still. So that's it for me. Don't forget, keep on quilting. WIP It Wednesday. Whoop, whoop. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment. What do you think? Do you make donation quilts? Do you like one of my ideas for one of my next quilts better than one of the others? I mean, I have so many coming up. We are cranking them out now that I'm not working. So let me know what you think. Share with your friends. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to like and follow and all that fun stuff. Thanks so much for joining me today.